Hi, everyone. Good morning to you. It's 8 o'clock on the start of your Thursday. I take it back. It's Wednesday.
Edward, don't tease me like that.
Wishful thinking, that's for
Seriously.
sure. Glad you're with us on this Wednesday. Listen, what a beautiful start to the day. Can you believe how lucky we are right now?
It is like really perfect weather. Mid-70s and sunshine. I was outside a lot yesterday, just enjoying it. It was beautiful. And if you want to do some gardening or just really get outdoors and just take a walk, the weather's going to be just about perfect. Low 60s this morning, mid 70s this afternoon, partly to mostly sunny. Winds won't be an issue. So these are the kind of days you just want to bottle up and keep.
So I want to pull up the 7-day really quick, and I'm just
Sure.
going to add it to the thing here. Yeah. What am I saying? I don't really know.
Say it's Thursday.
Right. You think I've been doing this all morning. Okay. So you were saying above average temperatures for next
week. Yeah. So we're, seasonable today through Saturday, slightly below normal. Rainy tomorrow, but that's really the only rainy day on our 7-day forecast.
Wow.
Sunday near 80, Monday mid 80s, Tuesday near 90. So, maybe you have the pool and you're like, it's just still a little cool to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you want to get in the lake.
Yeah.
Lake Erie is only 66 degrees, but it'll really warm up pretty quickly next week.
Can we talk really quick? Put you on the spot for
Sure.
July 4th.
I would think above normal temperatures for the 4th. Still too early to call if it's going to rain or not. But
Okay.
it most likely going to be warm. When we warm up like this, you see the humidity. So there's probably going to be those scattered storms that'll be in the afternoon. It's a Saturday this year, which is pretty cool.
Right, which is why we don't want rain.
Don't want rain. But I'm thrilled because the Tuesday 4th of July, because you got to work the morning and the noon.
Oh,
and then,
please.
listen, I'm all about celebrating the country, but I'm like, the fireworks, I've got to go to bed.
Aaron, can I be honest with you?
What's up, big guy?
That's when you say, you know what? I'm taking that day and the day after off.
Yeah, well,
Strategic planning, Aaron.
Let me look. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can?
Edward,
You're so funny
today.
I'm really looking forward to, speaking of the boat and the lake, let me tell you, we took the boat out last night for the first time in a month, right? So we just haven't had the time, I suppose.
Where do you go?
We just went in the river.
Okay.
And it was a beautiful boat night, a beautiful night for a ride. It was inadvertent, really, but we had to take it out because something was wrong with it. So we needed to just test it out. Okay?
So you stayed close.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter how close we were or far we were. We got pulled over by the Coast Guard last night.
Oh.
Okay, so let me tell you this story. Crazy story.
Okay.
So we're with our friend Jen, who is our neighbor, and,
The one that cooks?
No, this is different. Yeah.
Okay.
So we haven't seen Jen in a while. Great to see her, great to spend some time with her. And we're like, okay, we just need to take this boat out. Let's just go. So we went. All of a sudden, we're on our way back. And at this point, I'm like, Russ, you need to put this boat in gear. It is 8:30. The sun is setting. I got to be to work super early.
Yep.
And, we got to go.
8:30 is late for us.
So he's like, okay. He cranks it up a little bit. He speeds up the RPM a little. And
go as fast as I could go.
Thank you.
Russ, Edward.
Edward, this boat doesn't go that much faster. Okay. So we keep going. A little bit after that, we see the blue lights and the little Coast Guard dinghy hauling
to you
after us. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Russ,
Russ, why are you going so fast?
like, we're being pulled over. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, what? We're being pulled over? Yeah. So the Coast Guard pulls us over, boards the boat. And I'm like, holy cow. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what did we do wrong? We didn't, right? The Coast Guard. We're talking federal right now,
we
right?
leave the news this morning.
Right. I'm like, oh my
shackles.
God.
Yeah.
So the feds pull us over. And, I've got the dog, my friend Jen, the dog's shaking.
You're shaking.
Right. I'm like, what's going on here? So they board the boat. And let me tell you, this adorable Coast Guardian, this Coast Guard man, this officer, boards the boat.
Are you getting selfies with them at the end?
I mean, he's like, honestly, he was maybe 22.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, thank you guys for being so chill. And I'm like, what? I'm like, is this for real? It was so.
Was this like a common stop? Like just a.
I think they were on. They were doing like a safety check.
Yeah.
And they
Flotation devices and
basically they looked in the bilge to see if there was any oily discharge. They looked for life jackets. They looked to hear the horn.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they took all of Russell's information and like wrote him a little like pass for the next time, basically.
Oh, so if he gets boarded next time,
Exactly.
like, look, we've had this happen and we're good.
Oh my God. So it was honestly a roller coaster of emotions.
Sure.
Like, oh my God, we're in trouble. What did we do? Why did we do this?
And oh my
Everything's
goodness, he's
fine.
so cute.
Oh my God, I know. It was so funny. I mean, adorable. And I'm like, are you from Buffalo? And I'm like, just
I was
chatting
just
him
like,
up.
stop it, Edward. I'm right here.
And so he's like, no, I'm from Queens. I'm like, you don't say. So, then we started chatting about downstate, and it was just like one thing led to another.
Thought you needed to go to sleep, Edward.
Right. Let me tell you, this Coast Guardian with his short sleeve shirt, top notch. Let's go. USA all the way.
That's awesome.
It was just such a night. So by the time we got home, it was like 9:30. And, it was like, oh, great. Now I got to be up in a couple hours to go to bed.
That's the worst.
So crazy.
But that's a hilarious story.
Heather says they do these checks this time of year. The one thing they always look for is the flare. Let me tell you. So here's the secret. Apparently, if you're in the river, you don't necessarily need them. But if you're in the lake, you do.
Oh.
So I didn't know that until last night.
Okay.
And because we have this like light, and Russ was so proud of it because it's, like $100 and it's like, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And it lasts forever. Like otherwise you have to keep spending this kind of money on flares every other year. And they're like, yeah, it really doesn't matter. Oh, he was so mad.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, it was a night. I mean, the eye candy was eyeing.
You're so funny.
it was a great night. Marguerite loves your exactly. So funny though. Well, I'm sure Russ will tell the story a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And then one of the other Coast Guard members, one of the other officers, loved Gladys. He boarded the boat and he's like, "Is that a schnauzer?" And I said, "Yes." So we were fast friends.
You guys are having a big party.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Where was your other friend Jen in all this?
She was just sitting. Like I don't know. God knows what she was thinking. She's probably like, "These two guys have gotten me into some crazy crap." Yeah. So.
Now it's dark out. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Russ will tell a different story, I'm sure.
Yeah, but Ed's version's right, Lauren.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Only the facts, Lauren. So funny. Okay, really quick. Let's talk briefly about the primary elections because there's so much
shocker.
Yeah, so much more to get to, but I want to talk about this and get it out of the way.
Sure.
The incumbent, Jeremy Zellner, the Democratic Party chair, has pretty much been ousted.
Yeah.
By voters in Buffalo, Tonawanda, Amherst, Grand Island, Kenmore. They're basically like, we don't want you anymore.
I mean, he's very popular.
Right.
And you come in this morning and you see that the Zellner Hoke looks like kind of headquarters there.
So they were kind of running
together
simultaneous tickets for their respective races.
Yeah.
But neither of them won.
Lost, yeah.
So Jeremy Zellner, the party chair for the Democrats, basically after Sean Ryan became mayor, he left his job at the County Board of Elections and decided that he was going to run for the primary and then wound up getting appointed to the seat, as interim to kind of fill out the remainder of Sean Ryan's term. Okay, fine. But then it heats up between Zellner and Rivera.
Rivera kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, Rivera was an assemblyman and left his spot in the assembly, a very comfortable spot, to now run against.
I shouldn't say out of nowhere, but didn't have the name recognitions of Zellner.
And then ran against basically his boss in the party.
It's going to be awkward.
So now, it's the big question is what happens next to Zellner?
Yeah.
And so time will tell. This is one of those moments where you're like, and, to what Rivera said, change the status quo.
Yeah.
People are tired of the way politics have been running, he says. And he says
he's like, I didn't really, I don't have any backing of any of the big guns, because you saw Zellner's ad saying, Hochul and Poloncarz and Kennedy were all backing him. And it's interesting that, Rivera is waking up the winner this morning.
And so that's one race where the incumbent lost. And then another upset really was between Hoke, Deese, and Bojack.
Yes.
Hoke is the another Democratic endorsed candidate, and she lost. She's the deputy commissioner for the Department of Public Works in Erie County.
Okay.
So works in the polling cards administration and is a no by the voters. And so now Adam Bojack, who's a Democratic socialist, is the winner of that race in particular to replace Rivera in the state assembly. I mean, a major turn of events when you consider the idea that he won, I believe, 50% of the vote in a three-way race.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens in Albany, a shakeup nonetheless. And both of these candidates say that this should put Albany and, frankly, the Democrats on notice.
I would think so, since the candidates they were backed by the big guns
Right.
Did not win. So, shaking things up, the status quo, people want change.
Exactly.
That's why you can vote.
Shirley says Zellner's campaign ads were some of the worst I've ever seen. I don't think that helped him. Mark says people want new people in government. Right? It's kind of like it's clearing the way for the new generation, the new guard of politicians coming in. We look at politicians skeptically, right, in America, because, they say one thing, do another, and it's like, okay, well, how do you live up to your promises? And we see career politicians, but obviously Western New York Democrats spoke here and let the electorate know what they were looking for. So I think it's kind of interesting.
When people bring up politics, for me personally, I think it's like the worst possible topic. It's like the last thing I'd ever want to talk about.
Yeah, I get it.
What do you do? I mean, all this stuff where I'm just like you just said, they all say one thing and do another.
Yeah.
And especially you've got the old guard in there that's just, status quo. And it seems somebody, you can get a good patronage job and you can, set you and your family up.
So I think when people talk to me about politics, I love politics.
Yeah, that's what I know. I can see your passion.
I think I think
I'm
it's
like, when
so
are we talking about the
interesting.
Sabres?
I know. Sorry. That's why I wanted to get it out of the way.
I don't know. But there are people probably watching going, politics, something that you kind of want to avoid, but you got to talk about it at some point.
Exactly. And all politics are local, which is why I think it's so cool. For me personally, I speak objectively, and somebody will have one opinion and I'm like, okay, but here's the facts and here's what's really important when you take a look at something. Or okay, but maybe think about it this way, and here's what this person is saying, here's what that person is saying.
Yeah. And
for me, I think that it almost helps to take that almost reporting into the streets, essentially.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
there's facts and feelings.
Right,
You've got to separate those, and sometimes it's very difficult for politicians and for people to do. And when the feelings are up, that's when politicians can strike and really you're all worked up about blank. I can fix that, when for the most part, you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I just thought it was interesting to kind of see a turn of events, a big upset.
Oh, that is fascinating. I just,
right?
I'm just like,
I'll tell you.
If anybody brings it up, I'm like, peace out.
I get it. Well, I woke up to the push alerts from the station on my phone this morning.
Okay.
And I was like,
I got the ones about the Byram trade.
That's funny. So I go, holy cow, Rivera and Hoke. Hoke lost, Rivera won. I was like, what is going on here? Bojack won, Zellner lost. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Turn off the light, Edward.
Anyway, you can see all the results on WKBW.com. All right, let's talk about Bills and Sabres this morning. If you have not at least seen some part of the new stadium, you must have been living under a rock yesterday, because it's everywhere.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Deservedly so. Yes, it was expensive, but it is the nicest thing. And you have this state-of-the-art stadium where the Bills are going to be playing for, hopefully forever.
Well, so what was interesting yesterday is that they signed a lease. Well, they didn't sign a lease, but part of the agreement, I suppose, in building the new stadium was that the Bills would be here for at least another 30 years.
Okay.
So I was doing the math,
just about my lifetime.
2056? No, stop.
I'll be in my 80s. They better win something by. What's that?
Can you imagine being in your 80s and still oh my God, I remember when this was built.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I remember
back in the day, it was a state-of-the-art stadium, and now they don't have the blah 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 fi. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But no, it's so beautiful. Look at that lawn, and Oh, and a lot of the covered seating. Every time I see it, I just say, wow, that's here. And like you said, Bills are going to be playing there. Lauren says it's beautiful. It is. And what a gorgeous day they had yesterday, too.
No kidding. You know what also is really cool? This stadium has an actual grass field as opposed to the turf.
And the players like the grass field.
Right. It's softer. It's a little bit easier on the body.
Yeah.
But it's heated, which is awesome.
Which is great. So, we're hosting the AFC Championship game at the end of January. You got the heated field, so you don't have to worry about, if there's a huge storm, you can't get there.
Lines.
There's that problem. But yeah, the snow lines and the kind of covered. The players are not, but there's all these different little parts of the stadium where the players can go, and it's just I'm trying to take in and read up as much as I can, and I can't wait to just get there and check it. Like, look at those seats. They're beautiful.
You know what's cool about the stadium is that every single person, 60,000 people in this stadium, whether you're down in the 100s or all the way up in the 400s like we are, will have their own seat. Mm-hmm. So no longer are there bleachers like there were in the 300s.
You're my seat. Where am I? And they're like, yeah.
Or like, the man spreading that we all so often do.
I mean, you're taking up the place.
Thank you. Now you got your own digs.
And they actually look like they're a little wider. So I appreciate that.
Thank God.
The leg room was brutal.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Oh, goodness.
So Mark says,
I don't want summer to go quickly, but
I know.
I've been really fired up for this season.
Well, how about the home opener, September 17th? It's
Detroit.
Bills, Lions.
Thursday.
And you can watch that game right here on 7 ABC,
That's
which
awesome.
Is awesome. Awesome for you. Even better for us.
Yeah, it's great. And Mark, you're right. The NFLPA does want that. They do a lot of the studies. I think there's way fewer injuries on grass. I know there's a big problem with the MetLife Stadium, the field they put in there. They a lot of those Achilles injuries and the knee injury, the ACL, the quick start stops where that could happen. And, their body just takes such a beating.
Sure.
So, it's nice they're putting in. You're the owner. Pagula is investing in these players. Sure. You want them healthy. Last thing you want is Josh to get hurt because he's running on a turf field and tears an Achilles. So, and just like the outside of the stadium is beautiful.
I know, it's really cool.
I know, Julie, I'm with you. I'm hoping Edward asked me to go because Rose away. Rose, Edward, I'm too sick. I can't go today.
It's too cold. I don't want to turn the fire on.
Or does he ever watch and you get home? He's like, I thank you for spending 20 minutes.
Oh no, he doesn't. He calls thinking.
That's right.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, it's 8:05. My bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess Lauren probably tells him.
You know what's so funny is that he's in his own world and we're in our own world.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I literally came home from IRE the other day from National Harbor for this investigative conference that I went to. And I'm like, Russ, I am so excited. I've got so many ideas. I'm like, read my notes. Yeah. And I hand him my yellow legal pad with all of my handwritten notes. And he's been making fun of me for the last couple of days. He's like, who uses a pad and pen anymore? I'm like, I love writing notes.
Yeah, I do.
Because then I'll remember everything. Yeah. And then he's like, no, I don't want to read your notes. I'm like, but my notes are fun. Yours are boring.
Buy more meat.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyway, it's exciting. It's an exciting moment to be in Buffalo.
It is. And then we had the trade last. So I wake up to the trade. Unbelievable. I can't believe. Byram, great player, but obviously the end of the year exit interview was like, listen, I'll play, but I'm not signing a long-term deal. I want to get to free agency. And so Yarmo was like, fine, we're going to trade you then.
So I thought that was interesting because he's won a Stanley Cup.
Which is why he's probably like, I am going to free agency. I already have my name on a cup.
Right.
I'm going to cash in because you know what? Our window is small as a professional athlete. And next year I'll be a free agent where I can have teams bidding for me. He's obviously very good. And like you mentioned, he has a cup. So he doesn't have that pressure where I have to go to a cup team. Mm-hmm. I can go to Chicago if I want to sign there for $10 million per year and be the number one guy, which he wanted to be. And he is not going to be that here with Darlene in front of him.
Well, and I think I was reading Beauvais and his take on this, or both. I think it was Beauvais' take. Who said, honestly, Beauvais is the best in the business.
Oh, Beauvais does a great job.
When I was reading his stuff, it was like that Byram would never be that number one guy with Darlene and then the bench that's below him.
Well, you got Darlene and Power and Samuelson. He was 4. And all these guys are signed to long-term contracts.
Right.
You're not going anywhere. So, he wanted to be on the power play. He wasn't really on that. Every once in a while, if someone got hurt. So he'd probably go to Chicago. You got Bedard there, and they're up and coming, but I don't know, trying to get in the number 4 pick.
That's a huge deal.
Huge. This is going to be exciting this weekend. The draft's in Buffalo.
Right.
There's going to be such a buzz, and who knows? Yarmo's goes for the fences. And Mark's saying Kevin Adams would not make that trade. You're right. He would not have, because that is a huge. I mean, he traded Middlestad for Byram, which we just parlayed for the number 4 pick.
Right.
And they got a 6'8" defenseman who's young coming back with some snarl, which I think is exactly what they needed.
Okay, let me ask you this question, because
6'8" is, you take up half the ice with
dude,
this
please,
stick.
in my next lifetime, give me a break. Do you think that this was a long-term play by Kevin Adams, or do you think that there was some strategic planning here that Adams did before he was fired, knowing something might happen, or do you think that he thought that Byram would be here for a long time?
He thought, and probably Byram thought too, but then Byram got a new agent who says, go to free agency.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you want your money? Go to free agency. So he'd probably, listen, I'm not a multi-million-dollar athlete, right? But if I were 25, I'm not from Buffalo, and I've already got a cup, and I got the Stanley Cup ring sitting next to my dresser. I'm like, sure, I'll wait for another year, and then I'll go make more money than I ever dreamed of in my life. And you can't blame these guys at all for, chasing the money in your small window. And, I wish him the best. I thought he gave 100% to Buffalo, and that's all you can ask. He embraced the city, and
addition by subtraction.
Yeah, but for us to get, then Greenway went too.
That was my next thing.
So that's a huge contract off the books. And now if they want to make another push toward Tuck, they can. He was 6.5, I think, and Greenway's 4. That's $10 million right there. And you get the defenseman coming back, the number 4 pick. The NHL draft is crazy. Just like the NFL. Oh, this guy's number 1. But it never kind of falls the way people think. And there's some pretty good players in the top 3. And if one of those falls to you, it could be unbelievable.
What about my man, Zach Benson?
Oh, I think this frees up money to sign him too.
Okay.
I would imagine that is already ready to go. They just need to get the signatures.
Okay.
There's no way that Zach Benson gets to July 1st. Someone can give him an offer sheet. That is the last thing you want.
So Zach Benson, as that little rat, I just think his attitude, I love him because he knows how to instigate and get under somebody's skin, and they hate him for it.
And when he's not in the lineup, we don't play as well. We have such a great record with Zach Benson in the lineup. Our Benny, that's right.
Exactly. I love him.
I do too. And, sign him long-term. Bebe was cute for the same time trying to take the video. I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I'll have to go and look.
I call him Brove. He's like, what's up, Brove?
Keith Radford used to call him Matthew. That Matthew Bove.
It's fun to see him, because he's just grown up on the station.
I
He
know.
started as an intern, and then we had to throw him on TV one day, and then he worked the morning show, and now he's the sports director of the teams he grew up watching.
Isn't that so cool?
That's
awesome. Love him. Heather says, talking about Zach
Not
Benson.
Bove, yeah, probably Bove too, but Bove doesn't break our souls, but Benson sure does. And he scored a lot. He's a playoff player. It was awesome.
Talking about Tuck, Zucker, and Samuelson. Hope that they all return. Zucker was great this season.
Yeah, Zucker's under contract. Samuelson's not going anywhere. That's the best contract in the league. I mean, he's making about $4 million, which is a lot, but he's worth a lot more. And he's signed for years. Tuck, I don't know what's going to happen there.
I know.
I mean, that's another guy. I'm I've worked so hard to get to free agency, and I'm sure his agent's like, dude, you wait till July 1st and I can get you $12 million for somewhere. It's hard to say no. I mean, we're never going to have that problem. You know what I mean?
I'm like, can I have a couple extra pennies?
Seriously.
Throw me a couple of cents here.
Not take a pay cut. Woo, win. And okay, do I make $9 million, which you can certainly live off of, or do I just go for it and set my family and my kids and their kids, and as long as they don't mess it up, their kids for life?
And that's what he's ultimately said, right? That this is all
Family's
about his
first,
family.
I totally get it. And he's given everything he had to the team as well. And Yarmo, I after what he did yesterday to the Blackhawks, I'm going to trust what he has to do.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Speaking of family, I'll let you go do the weather.
Yes, but Edward, this was a fun 25 minutes.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you
buddy.
and your expertise. This is kind of interesting. The Insurance Institute of Highway Safety, the IIHS just did this crash test of 2 different cars. One, a 2026 model, the other a 1996 model, I believe, of a Chevy Blazer. And this is so interesting. When you take a look at this crash test, the 96 model on the right completely crumbles. The 2026 model on the left does its job in terms of keeping the driver safe. And they'll take you inside in the next couple of frames. This is the 96 Blazer. And you can see how the cab just kind of accordions. Like it just goes like this. It does a complete clap. Now, in the 2026 model, you'll see that the dummy is actually protected by the cab and that it doesn't change its shape. I thought this was really interesting when I was watching this morning, because when you consider the technology that has come in the last 20 years, 30 years, and how fortunate we are to be living and protected by this technology, it is a night and day experience. And look, I'm sure that there are many cars out there that are not as safe, but realistically, we are much safer today than we were 30 years ago.
Gotcha.
So that's number one. And number two, what I also thought was interesting is that the majority of deadly crashes, they say, are the result of not wearing your seatbelt. So buckle up. Here's Aaron talking about traffic and weather together.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We're checking out traffic right now, and here's a view of the 290. You're going slowly eastbound right by the Blue Water Tower. So you're backed up to Sheridan right there. That's a slow spot, and the 90 at the 400 was still slow too as you made your way eastbound toward the 190. But those are the 2 slow spots right now. Everything else is kind of clearing out. You can see you're well below the speed limit on the 290 eastbound. No problems, 33 inbound, 190 southbound, or the 400 northbound. Excuse me. We look outside right now, and our temperature is 62 degrees with blue skies here in Buffalo. It is so nice outside right now. 55 in Jamestown, 64 in Niagara Falls. Still a little fog lingering in Jamestown, Chautauqua County. You're going to find some patchy fog to start off your day. And some of those valleys across the southern tier, still a little fog lingering. Low 70s by noontime, low to mid 70s this afternoon. Partly sunny and pleasant for today. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour. So just slightly cooler in downtown Buffalo. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast with some high clouds coming in this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, you'll see showers moving across the area. So showers and thunder showers expected for your Thursday, with the best chance for any sort of severe storminess down across the southern tier Thursday afternoon. Friday morning, we start with clouds and with some sunshine, and Saturday and Sunday look great. As of right now, you're looking at some great weather for the upcoming weekend. Your forecast for today: sun this morning with a little patchy fog south of Buffalo, otherwise partly to mostly sunny with a high of 76. Tonight, overnight lows in the upper 50s, clouds on the increase, some rain toward tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow, temperatures in the mid 70s with those scattered showers and thunder showers. Friday, we start with clouds, end with some sunshine, mid 70s, upper 70s Saturday, low 80s on Sunday, mid 80s Monday. On Tuesday, we're near 90 degrees. So we really warm up as we head into next week. But on that 7-day, Thursday is the day with rainfall.
All right. A good weekend. And I love to see it, especially here as we celebrate the first or second full weekend of summer. I love that. Barb says already driverless semis from California to Texas. Wow, I have not heard that. That's so interesting. And then Connie says, I'm going to say it. It all depends on how the vehicle is hit, no doubt. And, that was a head-on crash. And, it was a little bit, I'm sure, different in different situations. But who knows? I mean, all we're really seeing is the head-on part. And you could see how the dummy responds. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being with us. We love you guys. And thank you for being part of the conversation as always. Tomorrow is Thursday. We are that much closer to the weekend, and we will see you then. Have a great day, everyone.